corazón que...
Ok. Está bien. Ahora me escuchan.
Dile Chayanne.
Pues, estoy nervioso. Sí. El Señor trajo una palabra en mi corazón que muchos cristianos tienen que, desde que me crié en el cristianismo con mi mamá, mi papá, mis hermanos, y entonces algo que el Señor trajo en mi corazón, que yo creo que son unos aspectos bien grandes que uno tiene que tener siendo cristiano y en vivir en su vida. Mis notas son en inglés, eso va a cambiar para inglés. Just letting you know. Lo que el Señor me trajo a mi corazón, el tema, lo puse como faith plus hope plus love equals life. En la Biblia busqué las definiciones que la Biblia tiene, I'll change to English now. And life is the total existence of a person, referring to both physical and spiritual existence. That is not just, what we live physically, but also, we can't live without being spiritual, being Christians. Our whole life changes, not just us physically, the way we act when you become a Christian, when you accept God into your life, it all changes. What you believe in spiritually, it all has an effect, what people see in you. You want them to see God. Equaling life, you need some aspects: faith, hope, and love. I'm going to start off with faith and hope because they both coincide with each other. They're very important. You can't have one without the other. Faith is a belief and trust in God, knowing that God is real even though one can't see him. Hope, the anticipation of something good. If you anticipate something good, you're going to have faith. You are going to believe that God is there, that even though you can't see him, he's going to bring what you're expecting to you. I'm going to go straight to the Bible because, if I'm explaining something, it's got to come straight from the Bible. It's not just going to come from me. So if everybody, if you want to, I hope so, everybody turns to Hebrew 11. And I'm going to read from verses 1 through 7. And here it explains exactly, which I really like, in the Old Testament, all the books in the Old Testament, everybody lived by faith. They didn't have an example like we do now. We had Jesus Christ, which is basically the whole New Testament. In the Old Testament, they didn't have anybody to go by. They didn't have somebody to follow. All they went by were by scriptures that they might have had, and just teachings from other people. Here, reading Hebrews 11, 1 through 7 says, "Now faith is being sure of what we hope for, and certain of what we do not see. This is what the ancients were commended for. By faith we understand that the universe was formed at God's command, so that what is seen was not made out of what was visible. By faith," here's going to start saying examples of different stories in the Bible, different people. "Abel offered God the better sacrifice than Cain did. By faith was commended as a righteous man, when God spoke well of his offering, and by faith he still speaks even though he is dead." By that they mean that right now I still hear that story. Abel. When you do something good, when you do something good for God, it's going to go on for the rest of your life. It's not just going to die.
Amen.
So living your life in God, it's going to pay off at the end, and people are going to follow you. By faith, Enoch was taken from this life, so that he did not experience death. He could not be found because God had taken him away. For before he was taken, he was commended as one who pleased God. And without faith, it is impossible to please God, because anyone who comes to him must believe that he exists, and that he rewards those who earnestly seek him.
Amen.
So if you don't have faith, if you don't have hope in God that he's real, that you don't follow him, you're not going to be able to go with him. It's basically playing out in the Bible. By faith, Noah, when warned about things not yet seen, in holy fear, built an ark to save his family. By his faith, he commended the world and became heir of the righteousness and comes by faith. So, you know, I love the Old Testament. All those stories of different people that just live by faith. And that's what we should strive to do, you know, as Christians. And also, a story that I really do like also is Abraham and Isaac. Abraham was going to sacrifice his only son for Jesus Christ. Even though God stopped him, you know, from sacrificing his son, at the end, that was seen faithful and righteous because he believed that of what God was telling him to do. Now for the last one, we got faith, hope, and now love. I know that a lot of us, you know, when you think of love, wow, you know, a feeling you got for somebody, you know, an affection, something you do to somebody. But here in the Bible, definition that they have for love is wanting good to come to another person, being concerned and willing to work for another person's benefit. Love is not just, you know, something you feel. Oh my God, I got a girlfriend, yes. Yeah, no. It's not just that, but it also involves of what a person does physically. You know, if you love somebody, you strive to help them. You do something that's going to benefit them, not just yourself. And as I think a lot of people know, in 1 Corinthians 13, it speaks of what true love really is. And right at the end, 1 Corinthians 13:13, it says that the ones that are left, you know, that are really important are faith, love, and hope. Love being the most important. And a lot of people, you know, they might think that they can go off, maybe, oh, I can have more faith, but I don't have love for this person. Oh, I have hope for this person, but I don't have faith that they're gonna, you know, change or anything for the better. You can't have one without the other. All three coincide with each other. And in 1 John 4:8, it says, whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love. So, not just your life physically and spiritually again, your life, you gotta have all three, faith, hope, and love. Love being the greatest, and it's one of the hardest things that is hard for people to understand in this world. And have a good life.